Long ago, in an African village close to the Great Sea, there lived a man called Uchi and his wife Adama. They were poor but happy. They worked hard every day and prayed to the gods for a child. After many seasons, their prayers were answered. Adama gave birth to a beautiful baby girl with bright eyes and soft skin. They named her Fuenya. Fuenya brought joy to the home. The couple loved her more than life. Uchi was a fisherman, and every day he went to the sea to bring food. Adama stayed at home, caring for their little girl. Their life was simple, but their hearts were full of love. One sunny morning, Uchi said to Adama, "Let us visit my parents in the next village. They have not seen our child." The journey was across the sea, but it was calm that day, so they prepared a small boat. Ku carried a wooden paddle, and Adama carried Funya in her arms, wrapped in a soft cloth. The sky was clear, the water sparkled like diamonds. The small family sang as they sailed, happy and full of hope. But no one knows the mind of the sea. Suddenly, the wind changed. The waves grew angry. The calm water turned wild. Before they could turn back, the boat hit. A hidden rock crack. The wood split, water rushed inside. The boat started sinking. Uchi and Adama tried to stop it, but the sea was stronger than them. Fear gripped their hearts. Funya cried loudly. Uchi looked at his wife. His voice shook. "Adama, we cannot. Save ourselves and the child together." Adama's heart broke. Tears ran down her face like rain. She held Funya tightly. "May the gods forgive us," Uchi whispered. He found an empty basket inside the boat and tied it to a piece of wood. He kissed his daughter on the forehead. Adama kissed her too. Their tears fell on her small cheeks. They placed the baby in the basket and pushed it on the waves. "Go, my child. The gods will protect you," they prayed. They watched the basket float away while they fought for their own lives. The waves grew wilder. Uchi and Adama struggled, but the boat sank under them. They swam with all their strength. The gods had mercy. After a long fight, they reached the shore weak and breathless. But when they looked around, the basket was gone. Funya was gone. Adama screamed. Her cry pierced the wind. Uchi fell on the sand and beat his chest. They searched along the shore. They called her name until their voices broke. But the sea gave no answer. The waves had taken their only child. Far below the surface, where no human eyes could see, there was a kingdom of light and wonder. It was the home of Mami Wata, the queen of the mermaids. Her palace shone with shells and pearls. Her long hair floated like black silk, and her tail glittered like gold. Mami Wata was powerful, but her heart was empty. For many years she had wished for a child of her own. That day, as she swam through the blue waters, something caught her eye. A small basket floated above, rocking with the waves. Curious, she swam closer. When she looked inside, her heart jumped. A tiny baby lay there, crying softly. Mami Wata touched the baby's hand. It was warm, full of life. "Who would leave such beauty to the mercy of the sea?" she whispered. She looked around. No humans were near. The sea had delivered this child to her. Mami Wata felt a strange love in her heart. She knew the baby could not breathe underwater. So she removed a golden necklace from her own neck and placed it on the child. The magic flowed like a song. The baby stopped crying. She could now live beneath the sea. The queen smiled. "From today, you are mine. I will call you Kimi, the blessing of the waters." Holding the baby close, Mami Wata swam deep into her shining palace. She kept the child hidden from other mermaids, for humans were their enemies. But in her heart, she knew she had done the will of the spirits, and so the child of the land began her life in the world of the sea. She would grow among mermaids, not knowing where she came from. She would learn the songs of the ocean and the secrets of the deep. But one day, the truth would rise like the sun. This was the beginning of a story that would shake two worlds. Years passed under the sea. The little baby who was once called Funya had now grown into a beautiful young girl named Kimi. Her hair was long and black like the night sky, and her eyes shone like two stars in deep water. She had a shiny tail, like the other mermaids, and her voice was sweeter than the song of birds at dawn. Kim. I lived in the palace of Mami Wata, the queen of the ocean. The queen loved her like a true mother. She gave her the best pearls, the finest shells, and taught her the secrets of the waters. Among the mermaids, Kimi was special because she had a human heart but did not know it. She believed she was one. Of them. Came. I loved to swim with her friends in the coral gardens and chase the silverfish in the clear blue sea. But sometimes, when the moonlight touched the water and she saw the land far away, her heart felt heavy. She did not know why. She often sat on a rock near the edge of the sea, looking at the faraway world, wondering what lay beyond the waves. One day, while playing near the queen, Kimi asked, "Mother, why do I sometimes dream that I am walking on two legs, like the figures I see in old shells?" Mami Wata looked deep into her eyes. Her voice was soft but firm. "My child, the sea is your home. Forget the dreams of the land. Those dreams bring only trouble. But dreams cannot be locked away." The older Kimi grew, the stronger her curiosity became. One bright morning, when the sea was calm and the sun smiled on the waves, Kimi swam close to the shore. There, hidden behind rocks, she saw something that made her heart beat fast. Human boy. He was tall and strong, with skin like bronze and eyes bright like the morning star. He was fishing with a net, singing a soft song. Kimi hid behind the rocks, afraid yet drawn to him. The boy's name was Yarrow, a fisherman from a nearby village. When his net got stuck, he struggled to pull it. Suddenly, Kimi spoke softly. "Do you need help?" Yarrow dropped the net in shock. "Who is there?" he called slowly. Kimi rose from the water. The sun shone on her wet hair and her tail glittered like gold. Yarrow's eyes grew wide. He had heard stories of mermaids, but he never believed them. Now. You are real," he whispered. Came. I smiled shyly. "Okay, and you are from the land." That day, two worlds met. Yarrow helped Kimi to the shore. She hid her tail under seaweed and tried to stand on her legs, which were still hidden by magic. It was hard, but Yarrow held her hands. He taught her to balance, to walk, and to laugh under the sun. Day after day, Kimi returned to the shore. She and Yarrow became close friends. He told her stories of the land, the markets full of colors, the drums that beat at night, the smell of roasted maize. Kimi listened with wide eyes. She felt something grow inside her, something strong and strange. She wanted to know that world. She wanted to live it, but the sea was jealous. The other mermaids noticed her long absence and whispered among themselves. News reached Mami Wata. The queen's heart filled with fear and anger. "Kimi," she called when the girl returned that evening. Her voice was like thunder under the water. "Where have you been?" Kimi trembled. "Mother, I was only swimming. Do not lie to me." Mami Wata's eyes blazed like fire. "You have gone to the land, haven't you? You have spoken." To a human, tears filled Kimi's eyes. "Yes, mother. I have seen the land, and it is beautiful. I have met a friend who is kind. Please do not be angry." But the queen was angry. Her tail whipped the water into storms. Humans bring only pain. They destroy the sea. "Did you forget what they did to us long ago?" "I am not like them," Kimi whispered. "I just want to know who I am. I want to see the world above." Queen's heart broke. She loved Kimi more than her own life. But she also feared losing her. "If you go to the land, you may never return," she warned. "I must go," Kimi said softly, her voice shaking. "Something inside me says I belong there too." That night, Mami Wata sat alone thinking. The ocean was dark and silent. She knew the truth she had hidden for many years, that Kimi was not her blood, that she came from the world above. Now the time had come for that truth to rise like the tide. But how would she tell the girl? And if she let her go, would she ever see her again? The queen's tears mixed with the salt of the sea as she whispered, "Spirits, guide my child." The waves outside roared, as if answering her. This was the beginning of a storm, not of water, but of destiny. The sea was restless that night. The waves crashed harder than before, as if the spirits of the deep were angry. Inside her shining palace, Mami Wata sat alone. Her heart was heavy like a stone at the bottom of the ocean. She looked at the girl sleeping peacefully on a soft bed of shells. Kimi's face was calm, but her dreams were far-away dreams of the land, of the boy named Yarrow, and of the life above the waves. The queen whispered to herself, "The time has come. I cannot hide the truth anymore." When dawn broke, Mami Wata called Kimi to her side. The young mermaid swam to her mother with bright eyes, but the queen's face was sad. "My child," Mami Wata began softly, "there is something you must know, something I have hidden for many seasons." Kimi's heart thumped. She moved closer. "What is it, mother?" "You are not of the sea," the queen said. Her voice trembled like the waters before a storm. "You were born on the land. Many years ago I found you floating in a basket on the waves. I saved you and made you one of us. But you are human, Kimi." The words struck like lightning. Kimi stared at the queen, her mouth open, her tail shaking. I am human." "Yes," said Mami Wata. "Your true parents live on the land. That is why your heart longs for the world above. It is in your blood." Kimi's mind whirled like a stormy sea. She remembered her dreams of walking, her love for the land, her friendship with Yarrow. Now everything made sense. But it also broke her heart. She loved the queen. She loved the ocean that had raised her. "Why did you hide this from me?" she asked, tears filling her eyes. "I was afraid to lose you, Mami," Wata whispered. "You were the child I prayed for, the blessing I never had. I loved you too much to let you go." Kimi held her mother's hands, feeling the strength and sadness in them. "Mother, I love you. You are my heart. But I must see where I came from. I must know my people." The queen's heart cracked like a shell under a heavy foot. She wanted to keep Kimi forever, but she knew she could not fight destiny. "If you choose the land, you may never return," she warned. Kimi nodded slowly. "That is the price? Of knowing the truth, I will pay it." That night, the sea sang a sad song. The mermaids gathered, whispering as they saw the queen prepare her magic. She took off the golden necklace from Kimi's neck, the one that gave her the power to breathe underwater. Without it, Kimi could not live in the sea. "Drink this," Keen said, handing her a small shell filled with glowing water. "It will give you legs. But remember, your heart will always belong to two worlds." Kimi drank. The magic burned through her like fire and ice. Her tail shimmered, twisted, and slowly turned into two strong legs. She gasped as she looked down. For the first time, she had feet. The queen wrapped her in a cloth made of sea silk. She held her close, tears running down her cheeks. "Go, my child. Walk the land. Find your truth. But never forget the mother of the sea." "I will never forget you," Kimi cried. Then the waves carried her to the shore, where Yarrow was waiting. When he saw her walking, his eyes grew wide with wonder. He ran to her and held her hands. "You came back," he said with joy. "Yes," she whispered, smiling through her tears. "I came back to stay." But deep in her heart, she felt a shadow of fear. She was leaving behind a world that had loved her, a mother who had saved her. And she did not know what awaited her on the land as the sun set. Painting the sky in red and gold, Kimi and Yarrow walked toward the village. She did not know that destiny was watching, and that the path ahead would not be easy. For the land held secrets, two secrets of blood and memory. Secrets that could heal or break her heart far behind them. Mami Wata stood on the edge of the waves, her long hair flying like dark clouds. She whispered to the sea spirits, "Protect my child, guide her steps, for even if she belongs to the land, she will always be the daughter of the water." The wind carried her words across the shore as the night swallowed the light. This was not the end of the story. It was the beginning of a new journey, a journey of love, truth, and the power of two worlds. The sun was high when Kimi stepped into the village for the first time. The air smelled of roasted maize and palm oil. Children ran barefoot, laughing. Women pounded yam in large mortars, and men mended their nets under the shade of big trees. Drums beat softly from a distance. Everything was new to her, yet something deep inside whispered, "This is home." Beside her walked Yarrow, smiling proudly. "This is my village," he said. "You are safe here." But Kimi's heart was not at rest. She looked at the faces of the people, searching for something she did not understand. A piece of her soul longed for answers. Yarrow took her to his mother's hut. The old woman welcomed her warmly and gave her food, soft fufu and spicy soup. Kimi ate, but her thoughts were far away. When night came, she lay on a mat, staring at the roof made of palm leaves. She remembered the palace of pearls under the sea, the laughter of the mermaids, and the voice of Mami Wata calling her "my child." Tears rolled down her cheeks silently. Days passed. Kimi learned the ways of the land. She wore bright cloth, danced to the drum beats, and laughed with Yarrow. But still, a shadow followed her, a question with no answer. Who were her real parents? Were they alive? Did they ever search for her? One morning she decided to find the truth. "Yarrow," she said, "take me to the old men of the village. They know the stories of the past." The elders sat under the big iroko tree, their faces lined with wisdom. Kimi greeted them with respect. "Fathers," she said softly, "long ago, did a child go missing in this land?" The old men looked at one another. At last one spoke. "Yes, my daughter. Many seasons ago, a fisherman and his wife lost a baby on the sea. A storm broke their boat, and the waves carried the child away. They searched for many moons, but found nothing." Kimi's heart beat like a drum. "Do you know the names of these people?" The elder nodded slowly. "The man was Uchi. His wife is Adama. They still live in the next village. They never stopped hoping." Kimi felt her knees shake. Her eyes filled with tears. "Can you take me to them?" That evening, Yarrow walked with her along the narrow path to the next village. The sky burned orange as the sun set. Kimi's heart raced with every step. At last they reached a small compound. An old man sat outside mending a net. Beside him was an old woman pounding yam. The man looked up and froze. His hands dropped the net. His eyes widened. Slowly he stood, staring at Kimi as if he had seen a spirit. Kimi?" His voice broke. The woman turned. Her pestle fell from her. "Hands!" She ran forward, tears streaming down her face. "My child. My child?" She fell to her knees, holding Kimi's legs, weeping loudly. Daka could not speak. She saw their faces, and something deep inside her broke open like a shell. She knew she belonged to them. She fell into their arms, crying. Mother, father, Uchi held her close, his body shaking. "We thought the sea swallowed you. We thought you were gone forever. But the gods have brought you back." Adama kissed her face again and again. "My baby, my baby." The villagers gathered, clapping and singing. Drums beat loud and voices rose in joy. The lost child has returned. The gods are great. But in the middle of that joy, Kimi's heart ached. She remembered the queen of the ocean, the mother who had saved her and loved her. That night, when the celebration was over, she walked to the shore alone. The moon shone on the water like silver. Kim. I knelt on the sand and whispered, "Mother of the sea, can you hear me? I have found my blood, but I will never forget you." The waves rose gently, as if answering. A soft glow appeared on the water. Then Kimi saw her Mami Wata standing tall on the waves, her hair flowing like dark clouds, her eyes shining like stars. "My child," the queen said, her voice like music, "I am happy. You have found your roots. Live well on the land. But remember, the sea is always your home too." Kimi's tears fell like pearls. "I will never forget you, mother." Mami Wata smiled and raised her hand. The golden necklace appeared again and floated to Kimi. "Wear this," she said. "When you touch the water with it, the sea will welcome you." Then the queen faded into the mist, leaving only the sound of gentle waves. Kimi walked back to the village with a heart full of peace. She had two worlds now, the land of her birth and the sea of her soul. And in both, she had a mother's love. And so the tale ends not with loss, but with love that crossed the borders of earth and water.